Alright, what's going on everyone? Matt here for the Matt Film Show. If you guys are naked, make sure you thumbs up, subscribe if you guys like, and let's get right into today's video. And you can see the sound of my voice. I am currently having a cold right now. I'm kind of sick right now, but the grind does not stop. I still be dropping, I still be making YouTube videos, so the grind does not stop. Even though I'm sick, I'm still here making YouTube videos. Okay, and in today's video, I'm gonna be giving you guys my review on season 1 of Agatha All Along. So last year, there was a lot of Marvel shows that came out last year that I didn't, a lot of shows that I watched that I did not do a review of, including What If Season 2 and Loki Season 2. Did not bother to do reviews of that. And as I explained in my other videos, that I apologize for not making reviews for those shows. I do not know why I had planned to make reviews for both of those seasons. But for some weird reason, I never did a review for those seasons. Now, this year, there hasn't been a lot of Marvel shows because of the decline of the content. Next year seems to be a lot of shows. They just announced a bunch of the slate coming out next year for Marvel. And so I'll be doing as much, trying to make as much videos of the shows now. Because, you know, because last year I didn't do a lot. But I'm doing my review on Agatha All Along. Agatha was a show that I was very interested in because she was introduced in WandaVision, 2021, the first ever Marvel show in the MCU. And I thought that WandaVision was a very great show to start off with. And I really enjoyed the show WandaVision. I really enjoyed that show. It's kind of like going back into the older sitcoms in the MCU, and they played homage to a lot of the sitcoms, which is sitcoms that I really enjoyed, and I thought that was very, very cool. The way that they made WandaVision, right? I thought that was so cool, and that's one of my favorite shows, in Phase 4 in the MCU. And one of the characters that was introduced in that show was Agatha Harkness. I never really, I thought that character was cool. I was never really invested in that character, at least at that time, right? The show ended, you know what I mean? But I was never really invested in Agatha. So now Agatha gets her own show called Agatha All Along. It stars Catherine Hahn as Agatha Harkness, Joe Locke as Billy Maximoff Teen, Audrey Plaza as Rio Vidal, Patty LaBone as Lydia Calder, Deborah Jo Rupp as Miss Hart. This is a spinoff of WandaVision. And so when I saw that Agatha was getting her own show, I immediately thought that was very interesting because I really, really enjoyed that character from WandaVision, right? So I was very intrigued and interested in this character. Now, before I go on, I will tell you guys the premise of what the show was about. Then I'll give you guys my overall thoughts on the show. The premise is Agatha is left powerless after Scarlet Witch, also known as Wanda Maximoff, traps her in Westview, New Jersey. With the help of a golf team, Agatha escapes from and forms a new coven to face trails of the Riches Road. Okay? And so I was very, very intrigued by this character. And I was, you know what? I need to learn more about this character to see if I really enjoy this character. Now, at the beginning of the show, it was kind of slow to me. I kind of thought that the show was not for me. There was a lot of scenes and a lot of the episodes that I did not enjoy at the beginning. Now, towards the end of the season, okay, I enjoyed the show. I enjoyed the show, right? At first, I kind of was not leaning towards enjoying the show at first, the first couple of episodes of the season. But towards the end of the season, I was like, you know what? I appreciate this show. I enjoyed the show what it was, right? And mainly the reasons why I did not enjoy the show was because it felt different, right? This is very, very different than what we're accustomed to in the MCU. This is about witches and horror elements, right? Leading towards the horror element, horror side of the MCU, and witches and all that we're not accustomed to, right? Marvel, the MCU has started, I would say, yeah, started to lean into horror. That's what they did with Doctor Strange in the Multiverse and Madness, right? That movie, okay, had a lot of horror elements into it, a lot of pop-ups and all that. And that continues here. There's a lot of pop-ups. There's a couple of pop-ups here in the show, and a lot of horror elements that, to me, kind of makes it different. Now, I'm not saying that it's different in a bad way, that all this is so different. No, it's different in a good way. Because I think that really, the thing I loved about the MCU and these last couple of movies or shows, that the different type of genre that the MCU has been taking, right? You know, when we go to WandaVision, it was more of a sitcom type thing that we're not accustomed to, right? When you go to Shang-Chi, it's kung fu, Asian superhero, kung fu fighting and all that, right? We're not accustomed to that. You know what I mean? You get, what's another one that I could think of? Top of the head. Eternals, which I was not a movie that I care to, I don't really care about that show. But it was a movie that I didn't care about, but it was very different and it felt different. And it did not feel nothing like the MCU, right? The way we're accustomed to, in my opinion. And so, excuse me, that's why it felt different. And I think that's why I didn't like the Eternals. I don't know, but it felt different, right? Excuse me. It was something different that we were accustomed to. So I really like that. You know what I mean? I really like that Disney and Marvel Studios are branching into different genres and different types of things. And I think that's very good for Marvel. You know, I don't want it to be the same here, same here, same here, same movie, same show. No. You know what I mean? And so I thought that this change, like different type of show, fit very, very well for this show. And I think that this is a movie, a show that would watch during the Halloween season, right? Throughout this season that we're currently in, excuse me, Halloween season, right? Probably by the time I upload this video, it's probably November or something like that, right? But anyways, there is Joe Locke character who plays Teen, okay? He plays Teen at the beginning of the episodes, but towards the end, he is revealed to be Billy Maximoff, Scarlet Witch's son, okay? Now, this is a continuation from Doctor Strange, right? And WandaVision, right? Where Wanda is still considered dead, right? There's a lot of people out there who believe that Wanda or Scarlet Witch is still alive, that she's gonna come back in the next Avengers movies or come in here and there. I do not know. We do not know. But with this show, it is still confirmed, at least at this show, that Wanda is dead, right? So Teen gets to be revealed to be Billy Maximoff, Wiccan, right? Remember, we saw Wiccan in WandaVision, right? And in Doctor Strange as a kid. Now he's a teenager now, right? He's now older, right? So we get to see that. And I thought that was really cool. The characters that are in this movie that I really enjoyed were Rio, which was played by Agatha, Aubrey Plaza, Lilia, played by Patty LaBone, Miss Hart, and Miss Hart, played by Deborah Jo Rupp, which is the mom from that '70s show. If you guys know who I'm talking about, I think they team up in this show, and I thought the chemistry between Agatha and all these characters worked very very well. The way I see that this show is very different because this was a lot of Agatha being a crime investigating character, right? Kind of reminded me of Barry Allen on the CW, the show Barry, being a crime investigator. That's what Agatha is. Throughout all these shows, she's over here investigating and right. Uh, so I thought that was very very cool to see, right? That detective Agatha that I thought was very very interesting, and I really enjoyed that seeing that. And not only is Agatha the detective, but Lydia and Rio and Miss Hart, all these characters, they are friends with Agatha, team up with her, right? Like I said, the team up are also detective, searching up clues, trying to figure out uh, all the pieces to the puzzle, right? Trying to figure out what happened here and all that. And so I kind of thought that was very, very interesting in this show. And I really enjoyed that from that show. Uh, you know what I mean? I think that this is a very, very entertaining show. You know what I mean? You might kind of feel like me that this show kind of doesn't feel like MCU, kind of feels different, but it's in a good way that you might not be interested in. Because I, at first, was about to to um to not finish the show. I was like, you know, this show, I, this this ain't working for me, right? That's not working for me. I was so close of of not finishing the show, but I was like, you know what? No, let me stick in. Let me finish the show. Like I have finished, watched every single Marvel MCU show, right? I finished all the shows. I have to finish this one. You know what I mean? And I'm glad that I stayed because towards the end, I appreciate the show more. You know what I mean? At first, I wasn't really appreciating, but towards the end, I was. And I think that this is really cool, you know, because I think this is part of like a trilogy. You know, you got WandaVision and Agatha, part of it. I think Vision Quest, which is Vision, is going to be getting his own show. I think in 2026, that thing's going to be connected to here. So you're going to have the WandaVision show, the Agatha show, and whatever the Vision Quest or Vision show that's supposed to come out next year in 20, well, not next year, but 2 years from now in 2026, right? So, you know, I mean, I think that was kind of cool. That's apparently a whole trilogy of shows connected into one. But yeah, I have learned to appreciate the Agatha character. I cannot wait to see what they do with this character or where she shows up next in the MCU. But I think if you enjoyed WandaVision, I think you're gonna enjoy this show because this is kind of like a picks up after WandaVision, right? Like I said, kind of a trilogy with this one. And I'm sure that this will lead into to the Vision Quest show that they're saying that's a trilogy, right? Um, so yeah, I really enjoyed it. At first, I did not enjoy the show at all. I was kind of iffy on it. Then I kept giving it a chance, and towards the end, I'm very glad I did. You know what I mean? I think this is very horror-like, where a sense of there's a lot of pop-ups, there's a lot of like scary images. You know what I mean? Just the point that I'll be watching this, be prepared to see things pop out and stuff like that. But otherwise than that, I thought that the show was a good show, and I'm glad that this I gave this character a chance. You know, what I mean, I always talked about Echo. You know, I did not enjoy the Echo character in Hawkeye, but I really enjoyed. I loved. I enjoyed the character throughout the Echo show. You know what I mean? And the same thing happened here, where I was not really interested in Agatha that was introduced in WandaVision, but with this show, it made me appreciate the character, and I can't wait to see more of this character. So the same situation would happen with me, Echo, where I did not enjoy her in Hawkeye, didn't care about her. I really cared about her in the show, and I'm very excited where to take that character next. Same thing here, where I didn't care about her in WandaVision, but here made me appreciate this Agatha character. So yeah, that's my review for Agatha all along. Streaming now on Disney Plus. By the time this video is up, the show has ended. Hopefully you guys did enjoy this show. Make sure to thumbs up, subscribe if you guys like. Thank you guys for continued support, and I'll see you guys on the next video. Peace out.